So I finally got around to watching 3 episodes of Ahsoka. And there's no other way to put this, people. Star Wars is dead. Understand me? It's been dead a long time now, but it's officially dead. They needed Ahsoka to be the one that stood out from the crowd, that was really good. They needed that, and it did not deliver. You see, there's a difference between Star Wars and Disney Star Wars. Star Wars was good. Star Wars was really interesting. Fans loved Star Wars. Nobody likes Disney Star Wars. It's crap from the get-go, and it hasn't stopped at all. We've had some of the worst Star Wars movies ever come out from it. The series that they put have been garbage. You know, people are saying that this one that came out the other day was actually really good, but nobody watched it. And now we have Ahsoka. And the thing is, this is not even Ahsoka. These people are not even who they're supposed to be. But I'll get into that in a little bit. But let me just say, this show is so badly done, and there are so many things wrong with it. It's hard to even pinpoint all of them. I'm just going to go through 2 articles here that talk about some of this stuff involving from this episode 1 and 2 alone. Episode 1 and 2 alone. Let me just get into this first one here from Bounding Into Comics. Former Canadian TV executive Paul Cheto roasts Ahsoka. Looks like Star Wars drained of all excitement, danger, emotion, camaraderie. Yeah, that is 100% accurate. It's so dull, it's just not even interesting anymore. He shared his thoughts on his YouTube channel, where he prefaced the interview noting he would not be looking at the series from a canon perspective, given Disney has made it clear they do not care. Oh boy, do they not. I'm going to go clean sheet. The canon has been so busted in this dumpster fire called Disney Star Wars that I really don't care anymore. If Disney doesn't care about any rules, then why should I? Yeah, true. Beginning his review, he shares the positive. The thing looks and feels like Star Wars. To a point. I wouldn't say it looks like Star Wars. To a point, it kind of have a little Star Wars feel to it, but not the way you would expect. But without the horrific puppetry from season 3 of Mando. It had a bright, colorful look, which I appreciated. The special effects were convincing. Yeah. He adds Rosario Dawson. She looks great and clearly fills the screen with her presence. But she delivers a very flat performance. In fact, all the female characters are dull and uninteresting. Okay, now, I like Rosario Dawson. She's a nice actress and all of that. You know, she's an interesting character. Okay, no problem. But she's not Ahsoka. There's no other way to put it. The Ahsoka that people came to get to like and to grow with over the course of the Star Wars series, this is not her. This is somebody completely different. He goes on. He exaggerates the show for having female characters pretending to be males. Women can't do gravitas the way male actors can. Yeah. Unless you are Betty Davis after smoking a pack of Marlboros and drowning a bottle of bourbon. But here's the thing. When women try to imitate male badass, they just look boring as shit. They do this stern thing, replace Dawson and Mary Elizabeth Weinstein, who played General Syndulla, with Clint Eastwood and Lee Van Cleef. This thing would rock. Like, yeah. Here is supposed to be Hera Syndulla. This is not Hera. I don't know who this person is. She doesn't act like Hera. She doesn't feel like Hera. She walks around like, you know, she's supposed to be this big important. I'm a general. I'm so this. I'm so that. I'm so amazing. Everybody's supposed to know. And you're like, oh, God, woman, would you just shut up? She is not interesting at all. The character just feels so freaking outdated and so done. And then it's like whoever this woman they get to put this role in here is not Hera. The same way that Rosario Dawson is not Ahsoka. It just does not feel like them at all. The show is trying to push this woman power narrative that does not work, like he said. Women don't have that kind of gravitas. They have to know who they are and live with that. And that's what made the characters so good before. They weren't trying to be something that they're not. But no, in this series, they are trying desperately to be everything that they're not. Yeah. All the women here are boring, including baddie Shin Hati, played by Ivana Sacco, who is dwarfed by Ray Stevenson, playing Balin Skull. Ray Stevenson, R.I.P., and his little Pomeranian or something. Every time he sends her off to kill people, it looks like he's letting a chihuahua off its leash. Yeah. You go girly mop. Female badassery is best when it's don't you touch my children, bitches. Women do mama bear really well. Lack of emotion does not make things more dramatic. He finished his mini rant. Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't. No, that's just, as I pointed out here, this Ray Stevenson's little chihuahua here, whoever this woman is pretending to be, Hera Syndulla, when she isn't. And then we have Rosario Dawson, who's pretending to be Ahsoka, which she isn't. Okay, that's just them alone. Let's get to Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka's actual apprentice, who is Sabine Wren. Because, the fact that Ahsoka left the Jedi Order and she is not qualified to teach anybody, but no, let's have her pick up Sabine and decide to train her as a Jedi. Why? It doesn't freaking matter, because they just need to do that. That's what happens. Well, we got to see episode 2, and as it says here, Ahsoka gets roasted for impaling Sabine Wren with a lightsaber and keeping her alive. Now, before I get to this part, let me just tell you something in regards to episode 2, because she getting impaled happened at the end of episode 1, but because of what happens at episode 2. In episode 2, to tell you how this show drags and is boring. There's a point in this show where they're having a discussion, or some people are having this discussion. The discussion started. I said, well, this is going to take a little while. So I went microwave something, got myself a drink, fixed myself a little snack. They cleaned up the place, everything, went back to sit down, and they were still talking. The exact same scene, they were still talking. And I'm talking like I was gone for like almost 10 minutes, and they were just still talking. Just dragging the flicking thing along. Oh my God. So let me get to what happened with Sabina, talk about how this ridiculous. In the first episode of the series, Hattie confronts Sabine Wren and for whatever reason chooses not to use any force abilities and just engage her in a lightsaber duel. Hattie eventually defeats Wren and stabs her through the abdomen with the lightsaber. This is it here. Right, stab her through the abdomen with the lightsaber. By the beginning of the series' second episode, which debuted alongside the first one, Wren is alive and recovering in a medical facility on Lothal. Now, let me explain quickly why this makes no sense. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you want to see an actual detailed explanation of why, you could check out Critical Drinker page, YouTube channel. He did a really good explanation in regards to lightsaber, but let me just give a breakdown of it. Lightsabers are extremely deadly. A lightsaber can literally melt a solid steel door. That's how dangerous and deadly it is, right? The very heat from a lightsaber, the very thing about a lightsaber is that it's hotter than the surface of the sun, what makes it so deadly when it's used. she was stabbed through the abdomen for like about, let me say about 4 to 5 seconds. Her entire organs would have liquefied and she'd be dead. That's the bottom line of it. She would be dead. But no, Disney Star Wars had started this trend now where lightsabers don't kill you. Because keep in mind, in Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn died from a lightsaber to the god. Let me show you. Let me show you where it is. Yeah, I want to get to the part. Right. Qui-Gon Jinn died from a lightsaber, from being impaled by a lightsaber with his duel against Darth Maul. That is how it works. Here he is in the first one here. But as far as they're putting it, Qui-Gon Jinn is a pussy. Because he's the only one who died. Let's look at what else happened. Let's look at the Obi-Wan series, for instance. Reva, right? Reva was impaled through the chest twice. Not once. Twice. Once as a little girl, and then second time when she was older and she faced Darth Vader. Impaled with a lightsaber through the chest twice, and she survived. The Grand Inquisitor was impaled by Reva with a lightsaber. He survived. Sabine was impaled with a lightsaber. She survived. But Qui-Gon Jinn, pussy that he is, he got impaled with a lightsaber and he dead. You understand me? That's how they're doing this. This show is so god-awful bad, it's not even funny. They don't know what they're doing. They don't care to explain how they're doing it at all. And then when you take, for instance, Ahsoka. She spends a lot of time walking around, standing in rooms, looking like she's in deep thought or she's examining things, only to do nothing. The plot makes no sense. There are former Imperials working at a Republic space yard. This was in episode 1, I believe. Yeah. No, episode 2 is in episode 2. Whatever the hell episode it was. Because I tell you, they're all so bad, I can't even remember all of them. Right. When they built this hyperdrive that is bigger than anything that the Republic has ever seen, and they then attempt to use it for nefarious reasons, and the so-called senators in the Republic just don't seem to care. There is this big MacGuffin that does, the entire series just makes no freaking sense. And then when you get to episode 3, which is even more stupid, when they are, where Ahsoka and Sabine and this robot are on their ship and they get attacked by Chihuahua Girl and some space fighters, and they start to shoot the ship, does very little damage at all. When the ship does get damaged, what does Ahsoka decide to do? She goes out onto the hull of the ship with her lightsabers in space to fight them off. Now, common sense would dictate that you stay from a distance and just blow the damn ship up. Or you could surround her and fire from different sides, killing her instantly and be done with it. But no, these geniuses decide to fly in a straight line directly towards her, allowing her to fend them off. It's like this show intentionally wants to be as bad as possible so that you could never doubt the fact that it's crap. That's it. It wants to be as bad as possible so you can never doubt the fact that it's absolute and utter crap. Not to mention, the viewership is just dropping and dropping and dropping. Nobody likes this nonsense. Like I said when I started off, Disney Star Wars is dead. They've killed it. These people don't know how to write anything meaningful to save their lives, and this is the garbage that they keep putting out there. I called it earlier on, this was going to be a horrendous affair. It is once again. They're not going to stop. Ahsoka is yet another nail in the coffin of Disney Star Wars, and they don't want to ever stop. They perfectly have to just keep ruining this franchise as long as they're able to. It's garbage, it's crap, It's done. I have no interest in watching anymore whatsoever. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, try to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. But if you never put out a new video, and I shall see you all next time. Take care.